Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here and I'm back for another crafty video. So, let's carry on with this. So remember I made this in my last video. It's now fully glued. I put a brick on it to kind of keep it glued. So this is going to be a pocket for I'm going to make a journal, another mini journal to go in here. And then this is going to be a flip up thing. And then this is the other bit of the back that I cut off to make it the same size as the front. Okay, but... oh, sorry, and that's my pokey out thing for my SIM card on my iPhone. Don't know why that's there. So, what I want to do is I want to find a way to make this a flip up. Now, because it's going to flip up and flip down a lot, or maybe not a lot, I don't know, it depends on how many times you use it. I want to find something that will do the job. Now, I thought about paper, but the problem is with paper, it's just like metal really. The more you flex it, the weaker it gets and it'll fall apart. So I thought maybe some fabric. So what I was thinking was of course I'm going to start coughing now because I am, is this. Remember, I don't know whether you remember this. This is some of those hanging blind stuff, you know, the vertical, no, vertical, oh, that's horizontal, vertical blind stuff, you know, the ones that kind of pivot on their little axes, and this is just a roll of that basically, and it's very tough linen really. I think that's what it is. It certainly takes colour well, and that's what I thought, is I might give it a bit of a splash of colour, or, you know, make it grungy or whatever, before I used it. But what I was thinking is I wanted to have, just for reinforcement, I wanted to have some on the outside and some on the inside for the hinge, and hopefully that will work. I mean, you kind of want it to line up, so I don't know whether it's going to be too wiggly, but the only way to find out is to try, isn't it? So let's dye it first. So
help with diet questions.
no,
Ask me questions.
I
Like
didn't.
how many calories in a diet.
Shut, Alexa, shut up. So Alexa wants to be involved and started telling me about diet questions, which I really don't want to know about diet questions because, you know, let's face it, I'm doing enough dieting. So I don't know what colours to use. I kind of want it to be kind of a bit grungy, all sorts of colours. You know, like greens and browns and that sort of thing. I'll get some more of those. Hang on, just bear with. Distrustone. Tim Hilt's Distrustone. I think that might be it. I don't know. Hang on, bear with. Yep, small. This is small. The s'more here. So as you can tell, I'm feeling a bit better. I'm not going to mention the C-O-U-G-H word because it will make me C-O-U-G-H. Because I've been feeling okay. It's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. It's not perfect. I'm not. This is not the colour it says that it is. These are not the... Ugh, what's in there? Why is there a big lump of something just come out? I don't know, but, you know. It's just one that I mixed some... I think it was the dregs of something left over in. I realised that these are all going to mix together and you're not going to be able to tell what's what, etc. But that's the whole point. I want it to kind of be that kind of grungy look. Put something a bit orangey in. A rusty hinge. Rusty hinge. There we go. I like a rusty hinge. As we know, well, those of you that have been here before, rusty patina is what my drag name would be if I ever did drag, which I won't. But you know, if I ever did, you never know. By the way, you might notice that there is a subscribe button down here somewhere now. I'm trialing that out for a bit. If it becomes annoying, let me know. Since putting it there, I've managed to get 7 people unsubscribe. So it's not really working, is it? Not in the way that I wanted it to, anyway. I wanted people to subscribe, not unsubscribe. There we go. That's the kind of thing I wanted. That's looking good. It's got the colour, definitely got the colours in it I wanted. That kind of mix of like mottledy green and browns and that sort of thing. Might put a few more on. Let's put a bit more green on. Should just put a bit more green on and just go from there. Just dab it in. Just splash it all over. Oh, splash it all over. I don't want to over wet it, although I don't want to under wet it either. Let's put a bit more a bit more green in. Get that, and then I might get a bit more brown, or do I want a bit more? No, a bit more rusty hinge, I think. A bit more rusty hinge, and maybe a bit more brown. Some walnut stain. Oh, this is when like it's a good job I'm on leave, annual leave, isn't it? Because I usually go to meetings and everything, and find myself hiding my hands under the table because I've been making stuff, and I've usually got very dirty hands. So, like, you know, when you've dyed your hands as well. So, but it's all part of the fun, isn't it? You know, this is the way that people know that we're crafters, because our hands are always dirty. So, but not in a icky sort of way, not in an icky turf sort of way, but in a I wonder what he's been doing. Do you think he's a painter kind of way? Pearl's a singer apparently, but Dave's a painter. Well, I'm not a painter. I can't paint, so I can digitally create, but I cannot paint. So, right, let's get this dried. Oops, sorry for the bang. I don't know my own strength. Well, I don't know the strength of the brick. Right, come on, folks. I need a bit more. I was trying to pull the lead through a bit more. Now, this will always dry lighter, so you just have to bear that in mind, that it'll go lighter, so don't worry about it if it does. That's why it's good to kind of go a bit overzealous. And this is way more than I need. I think I'm going to use this end because it's a lot more mottly. It's a bit camouflagey though, isn't it? So it has to be dry as well. There's no point it being slightly wet, because the glue won't dry it otherwise. The glue won't stick to it otherwise, that's what I mean. And also it'll moisten everything that you've done. You don't want it to go moist now, do you? Sorry for those people who are moist haters. I know there are people out there who do not like that word, and I apologise if you are one. If you are one of they. Let's just put a little bit of green on here, because I just think it's a little bit orange, I think. I might even put a little bit of brown on here as well, because it's a little bit orange. That might be a little bit too much, but never mind. Hey. So, yes. So, like I say, I'm feeling a lot better than I was. I did have a coughing fit earlier today. I wasn't mentioning that word, didn't I? Because it makes me want to do that, but not anywhere near as bad as I have had. I hopefully broken the back of it, although I know lots of people have ended up having to get antibiotics to kind of just clear away the rest of it. Let's turn that over because the brick is now wet. It's not helping the situation. But yeah, feeling much better. Don't feel quite so tired anymore either, which is another good thing. because I tell you, the fatigue is just terrible. You want there's so much you want to do and just can't. Oh, and because I'm like collecting things illness wise at the moment, it's not so much an illness, but I was tidying up, and I've got a pot rack, so it hangs on the wall, and it's like, you know, high up, and you hang your pots from it, etc. And I've got a cast iron griddle pan. Well, it's not cast iron, it's a very heavy one. It's an induction safe one, so it can't be cast iron. I don't think you can use cast iron with. I don't know. I don't know. It has to be magnetic to use it on an induction hob. Anyway, moving on. Digressing. Sorry. I was hanging some other things back up, and that couldn't have been hooked on properly because it fell off and dramatically struck my left ankle on the, you know, the sticky out, the knuckly bit that sticks out on the side of your ankle. I don't know what that's called. It's the knuckly bit that sticks out on the side of your ankle. That's what it's called. Dramatically struck that, and well, you know, those curse words that I don't like to use, they all came tumbling out of my mouth. It was very painful. I've got a swollen ankle. Luckily, I haven't broken anything. It's a bit painful to walk on, but other than that, everything is fine. So I thank my lucky stars, really, because that could have been horrible. Just going to cut it there. I want to cut it with this. Sorry, try and get it semi-straight. Semi-straight. Go for semi-straight, Dave. Not semi-detached, semi-straight. So yeah, so like, and then also I've broken out in spots. Like, I look like a recycled teenager. So I've got more spots than I did when. Oh, sorry, I need to cut that a bit longer because I can't really see it now. I've got more spots than I did when I was a teenager, to be fair. And they're all in one line. They go from the centre of my face at the like the bridge of my nose. Actually, no, in the bit of your eyebrow that meets your nose, down the side of my nose, under my eye that I had a sty in, and right the way over to my left ear. So I really don't know what's going on, but it's definitely teenager-esque. But oh, that's not very straight, is it? Let's cut that. Oh, I don't know whether this will actually. Oh, it will. It's left it a little bit mangled, but never mind. And I'm going to cut it in half. Well, I say half. It'll be roughly half. There you go. It's roughly half. It's fine. I'm going to use this on the outside. So yeah, I've got these terrible spots. So I look terrible. And I've got, where I had my sty, I've still got a little polyp. I had a polyp inside my eye that burst the other day. That wasn't very nice. And I've now got like this massive like bruise under my eye. I look like I've been in the wars, like I've been fighting at Christmas, but I haven't. I wasn't fighting. Trust me, I don't fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter. So topped up my 3-in-1 glue, although it's now a mixture of both 3-in-1 and Collaging, which I'm hoping doesn't cause a chemical reaction, and then, you know, blows me out of the window. But so far, no explosions have been caused by the mixing of the Collaging and the 3-in-1. Although I do, every time I say Collaging, I think, what's his name? Superman's father, wasn't he called Kal-El or something similar? That's what I think every time I say Kal-El. Or maybe that's why it's called Kal-El. I don't know. I don't even know whether it's the same word. So, answers on a postcard. So I'm just going to smooth this out a bit. He says, and then puts a big blob of something in the middle of it. I'm going to put that on there. And it's going to kind of go in the middle. And then I'm going to put that on there, and butt it up, and then put that there. And then leave that to kind of dry. It'll rub off a bit on the surface because that's where the glue's coming through, but I'm not worried about that. And then we want to do the inside as well. So, yeah, because look, that's a bit wibbly wobbly there. That needs to be more, so needs more strength. So, what I'm hoping for is, let's just open this up and hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. Look here, it's wibbly wobbly. Or in fact, I don't even know whether it's stuck very well. Put a bit more in. I'm not worried about this bit having too much on because I'm going to actually wrap some wrap something around the outside. I've decided what I'm going to do. Well, I think I've decided. I haven't decided which one, but I'm going to wrap some ribbon around it. So you're not really going to see that bit. You are going to see this bit though. So I want to put that. Don't mind that having more. You see how it's squishing through. Don't mind that. That's fine. It'll get covered up, like I say. So, you know, this is why you should wait, Dave. This is why you should have some patience, Dave. Dave, with your patience, Dave. Right, I'm going to flip it over and leave it like that a bit. Well, oh no, not like that, Dave. Don't do that. Maybe not. Maybe I should wait. Maybe I should wait, Dave. Let's get this off my fingers while I'm waiting, because we want it to dry a bit. And that'll hold it on. Let's just smooth that down. In fact, this is one of my old bone folders, so if I use that to kind of smooth along there. Right. I'm going to glue this now. I don't care now. I do care, but I don't care as well. I'm just going to push that against that. So what I want to do is I now want to put some of this on the inside to kind of strengthen that. So I'm going to put this piece on. That's why I wanted two pieces. And again, I'm not too worried about this one. This one can have as much glue on as it likes because you're not really going to see this. I think I'm going to cover the inside. So I'm just going to smooth this out. I've got some even coverage. Bit of even Stevens. Don't know why Stephen has to be involved, but bless him, he's always even. Stevens. So, and then that into there. Put that into the groove, because you've got to prove your love to me. Okay, maybe not do that though, because that didn't want to do that. So I'm hoping that if I squeeze that on, push that onto there, and then squeeze this into here, and then push that into there, that I'll be able to get it to stick and still have some leverage, whatever you want to call it. You say potato, I say patata, although I've never said patata and I don't know anybody that ever has. So, answers on a postcard if you say patata. Answers on a postcard if you've ever heard anybody say patata. It's like I've never heard anybody call it a vase, but I've heard them call it a vase. And a vase, obviously, that's what I call it, a vase. So, and I obviously heard tomato, but I say tomato. And you say potato and I say potato, but I don't say potato. Shut up, Dave. Stop flogging the horse that is now quite clearly dead. It's leaning against the... Oh, I've stuck my fingers together. It's leaning against the fence. that horse. Oh, it's not really dead then, is it? It's just, it's faking it. So, good. I'm glad there's no horses being killed in the making of this video. They're just clearly tired. Oh, that sticking on there is not going as well as I wanted it to, but I'm sure if it doesn't stick this time, it'll stick next time. I will make it stick. So that's how I want it to be, and I want it to stick like that on the inside as well. Sorry, you can't really see what I'm doing, but then I can't really see what I'm doing. I can't even tell what I'm doing, so literally there is nothing to see here. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll stick that in there. Like I say, don't care how messy it looks. It's the outside that I wanted it to look, and it needs to now go. I want it to shut without any kind of force to shut. So there you go, that's doing that. Get this off my fingers now. This is the case. I always end up doing something really sticky at the start, and then everything ends up with like sticky marks all over it. So let's get this off my fingers before we move on. So, like I say, I have decided what I wanted to do around the outside. I wanted to put a buffalo girl around the outside, apparently. But no, sorry. You know, I've always said this. I always think I'm funny, and nobody else does. So, but yeah, because buffalo girls go around the outside, and as we have established, I'm not really sure what a buffalo girl is. Although I'm sure somebody's told me at some point, but I can't remember. I've been to bed since then. My brain works on this need to know basis. Do I need this information? No, I don't. Right, bye. I'll lose it. And then when I come to need that information, too late. I've lost it. Sorry, I'm licking my fingers now, which is really not the way to get rid of the stuff off your fingers, is it? But it's better than well, not having it off at the end of your fingers. Anyway, so there we go. That's where we currently are with this. So hopefully that now still opens. It does indeed. There we go. Good. That's fine. Okay, so what I was thinking is around this bit is I have some ribbon. This is really lovely ribbon, but I just don't have any use for it. So I thought about using some of this maybe around the outside of here. I like go around the outside. Well, I'd have to go around there, and like be tucked inside, because it's kind of the right sort of size. If you look at this edge, it will fit nicely there. And I'm not sure which one to use at the moment, but I don't think it's a big issue, because I think we need to do more before I get to that point. Because what I want to do is I want to like kind of, I don't know, I think I kind of want to collage a bit over the top of here, so it's not so, I mean, I don't mind that writing, and I don't mind it being seen. I don't know what I want to do with it. I think maybe the decoration of the outside will come later. But what I was thinking is, if I wanted to collage it, I could wrap it, and you wouldn't. You could then neaten the edges with the ribbon. What I did want to do is I wanted to kind of put something around this bit, because and around that. So let's do that next. That should be the next part, of course. So this is kind of, the little bits can rub off, and there we go. It's gone. That's kind of stuck now, so I'm glad about that. And that works now. Yeah, does it work every time? It does. That's fine. That's good, and it lines up. We're happy. Okay, cool. That worked, and we didn't know whether it would. Let me just get some water. I have to stay hydrated, otherwise my voice gets progressively deeper, and then only dolphins can hear me. So I have under my desk, a bag, a mahusive bag that you can only probably see the very tip of. And this has a whole load of stuff in it that I have found whilst tidying up. And what I said to myself was, I'm going to use it, and if I don't use it, I'm going to lose it, because I've just collected all of this random rubbish, and not actually done anything with it. So get a couple of things out. Not going to get it all out, and I might put one of them on. I don't know. You know, this is the time to have a bit of fun and do something different. So this is my faux glassine that I've made. There's, you know, videos, links to that in the description. So what I thought was, might decorate the inside. So maybe, oh look, that was like it was meant to go in there, wasn't it? So I might put that in there, and then put some things around it to kind of stick it down. Well, to kind of go, you know, make it look less square. I'm just going to stick that in. I'm going to be brave and just do it. So it looks like I turned it into kind of some kind of a like a postcard to go in a journal, because I've stuck something on the back of it. But hey ho, we're repurposing now. So I'm going to try and get a lot of the outside done. I normally do the outside after I've done the inside, but I think I want to do it a little bit different this time. I want to do the outside, kind of give a nod to where I'm going on the inside, really. And we're just going to stick some bits around it, kind of maybe in there. Yep, I'm happy with that. That can go there. I might just use a bit of, oh no, I'll use wet glue because it will bond better. So yeah, so and what day are we on? Who knows? Wednesday? No, Thursday. So it's Thursday the 4th of, I was going to say August, but it's definitely not August. January. Thursday the 4th of January, and I think it's the 4th of January. Oh, blimey. 5th of January. Thursday the 5th of January. And yesterday, well, no, not yesterday. Tuesday, me and Vic went out for a date. So we haven't really had a proper date. Rearrange loose eggs. We haven't really had a proper date because we have, you know, had so many other things going on in our lives that we didn't ever get round to it. So we went for a proper date. We went out for a meal, and we went to the cinema. So we went to the Lime Tree in Morley, which is part of Leeds, and it's like a Mediterranean, Moroccan, Turkish fusion restaurant. And I've been there with work before, and it's delicious. But Vic had never been before, and that's very much up his street. So we had a mixed hot starter. Like I say, absolutely delicious it was. We did go very early because we were going on to the cinema. So we got there at, it was about 4:45 in the evening, and it was deadly quiet. We were the only ones in there, so it was a bit uncomfortable because like the waiting staff were just hanging around waiting, and it felt a little bit uncomfortable because we couldn't talk and get lost in the whole situation. But never mind. But then we went on, like I say, to the cinema. We went to see. Oh, blimey! It's Avatar. We went to see the new Avatar, Avatar 2. It's. I don't know. There's something of the water. I don't know. The way of the water. This is the water. The water's that way. No paddling in the water. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I went. I just went. It was okay. I really enjoyed the first Avatar. I would say that the second Avatar was overly long. Again, just my opinion. Overly long, and nothing that blew me away. So the first Avatar obviously blew loads of people away because it was very new. Technology was very new, but it's nothing I've not seen before. And I know that sounds terrible, but and it's also blimey, we were in the cinema for 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours, and we didn't even go right at the very start. We've kind of missed the first few adverts and that sort of thing, because we were trying to cut down on the time that we were going to spend in the cinema. But 3.5 hours we were in there, and oh blimey, like Vic falls asleep in the cinema, so like I was worried that he might have fallen asleep, but he didn't. Apparently he thought it was really good, and he was stimulated all the way through, and he didn't feel any bit was boring. And I found myself struggling to stay awake, and I never fall asleep in the cinema. So, so yeah, it's one of them. It's a mixed bag, isn't it? Really. So, but I think it's hit $1 billion at the box office. So I don't think my critique is going to damage its reputation in any way. And horses for courses. If you want to go and see it, go and see it. Don't let me stop you, because I'm a horse with a different course. Is horses for courses. Shush, Dave. Yeah, so we had a date. So then when we got back, it was Brian had come and walked the dog as well, because we'd been gone for so long. So anyway, he came and sat with the dog and then walked him and everything. And then when we came back, it was about 10:30 when we got home. I had the sudden urge to take the Christmas decorations down. So I did. Started taking the Christmas decorations down. And then had an incident with the heavy pan striking my ankle, and could do no more. So Brian then came and helped yesterday take the rest of the stuff down. But yeah, it was just that sudden urge. I think I just got sick of seeing everything, and because I have a real Christmas tree, it gets to a point where it's just dead now. So it sits in water, and I always have a cut one. But I have had the growing ones before, but I can't keep them alive. So I'm just spending a lot of money on keeping a dead plant in the house. So I can grow most things, I just can't keep a Christmas tree alive for some reason. Anyway, so I took the decoration down. I was sick of looking at this dead Christmas tree, which kind of partially sparked it. Maybe a bit of this. Is that too colourful? Might be a bit colourful, I think, Dave. Maybe. Use that in something else. There's a bit of book here. We'll use the bit of book instead. So, yeah. Look, you know, it was a dead tree. Took it, so took it outside, and it'll get taken away, etc. So, but yeah, decorations are well and truly down. Like I say, Brian came and helped with the rest yesterday. The ones that I couldn't do, the high up ones that me and my ankle could not do, and then Vic cooked last night because Vic was here for 3 days instead of 2 because he had an extra day off that he'd taken as annual leave, and so he was off. Oh no, let's do that though. And he helped with the decoration, taking the decorations down, helped Brian with the high up stuff. The reason why I didn't get Vic to do it is because he doesn't know what to do with it all, and Brian does, and it's just easier, and it's much easier to let somebody do it than try and instruct somebody when you're incapacitated. And I am a bit funny about things. I like things to be right, so I didn't want him to get it wrong. Not that there's technically, I guess there's no wrong. There's no right or wrong. There's just there's just wrong. When it comes to something like that, there's just wrong. So you can either get it right or you can get it wrong, and it's more likely to be just wrong. So sorry, just some more paper that I found. Rip that down because I don't want a straight edge. Oh no, I don't mind it. I don't mind a straight edge. I've already got one there. So this is wrapping paper that I had. I think it was sent to me as part of Happy Mail. I can't remember now. Yeah, so decorations are down, which is nice. I like to, it does look naked. Everything looks bare, doesn't it, when you've taken the decorations down, and it's all looking. Let's see if we can get this in this corner. It's all looking a bit bare because you've had tree up and all of that, but you do have to get back used to it. And in the UK, I didn't realise that this was a UK thing, that it's superstitious to not take your tree down. So you have to, according to superstition, it's bad luck to not take your tree down by the 6th of January, so 12th night, which is 12 days after Christmas, which I think is the 6th of January. So that's tomorrow. So it's bad luck to leave them up after that time. So I've always taken mine down by that time. But I didn't realise I was watching something on America, and apparently that's not the case there. Like, people literally have their Christmas decorations up till goodness only knows when, because there is no superstition. I think I've kind of got that now. It's very hard to actually see. Let me just turn that round and get my head in the way. Yeah, that'll do. And we'll stick that over there. Sorry, that was my phone that pinged very loudly. I normally have it on silent because I'm normally at work, but because I've been on annual leave, I've not had it on silent. So you've heard it ping probably for the first time ever. Put them back in there. Oh, Dave, now they're all going to fall out. Put one in and everything falls out. So what else have we got in here? There's a bit of that. There's a bit of that. These are all bits that I found, by the way. So this is perfect. If I'm another bag of, if I don't use it, I'm going to lose it. Although I will have to justify some of it being kept, I'm sure. I can't be that ruthless. I know some of you can, and hats off to you if you can, but I'm not that person. I can't be that ruthless. I will get rid of a lot of it though. There's a lot of stuff that you just keep. Do you know what I mean? You just say to yourself, oh, well, keep that because I'm going to use that, and then you never do. So I've got a lot of those bits, and then once I've done this, like I say, I will get rid of stuff like that. So let me squeeze that into there and make sure that fits nicely, and then I can glue it as is. Or let's inky dinky it. We want it to look grungy, fit in with the rest of the stuff, you know, like, and so forth. I have no idea what time that I started this video, which I always say to myself, I'm gonna keep a log of when I started this video, and I never do. I'm terrible. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this video into more than one. So I'm going to stick this in. What I'll do is I'll finish off on the inside of here, and then we'll finish the video, and then I will make another video. Like, I'll keep it rolling and make another video, but to you it will be a different day, a different video, and well, it'll just be different. So well, it'll be the same thing. It'll be me doing this, but like on a different day. Shut up, Dave. Shut up, Dave, with you not knowing what you're talking about. Business. I've made a living out of knowing what I'm talking about. Well, I say that. People think I know what I'm talking about, but, you know. Yeah, well, some people do actually really genuinely know that I haven't got a clue. And others, you know, think I do, so it's great. So I'm happy with that. Don't cut the paper down. Don't cut the material down, just cut the paper. Let's cut that down a bit more now. See, I couldn't see that, so no, it needs to come. I should have done this before you're not going to be able to do that, are you, Dave? No, you're not going to be able to do that. Right, what am I going to do? I'm going to find my blade and then just cut that against it. I'd rather have it a bit lower than the hinge, oh, come on, I'll just tear it off. There you go. Just torn it, that's fine. Well, that's torn it. I'd rather have it a bit lower than the hinge than have it sticking above the hinge, because it'll only go tatty, and also don't want it on the hinge because it'll just break up and fall apart. That's what breaking up does, Dave. Apparently breaking up is hard to do, but not if you're a piece of paper on a hinge. Maybe this is not very old looking, so just grunge it up a little. So what else is there to tell you? Like I say, I'm on annual leave, so I haven't really been at work, so there's nothing really exciting to say. I've resisted the temptation today to have the heating on. So I've currently got cold legs, but I'm not going to put the heating on. Trying to be resilient and not not go overboard with the heating, because I'm doing all right for costs at the minute. But that's only because I'm resisting temptation to put the heating on. There are days when I felt cold. I did put the heating on a bit more when I was really poorly. Just can't afford to do it though, can we? And I'm sick of seeing in the UK there's like lots of like adverts. They would have been called I don't know, they would have been called, I can't remember what they would have been called, public information films back in the day when I was young, but they're now just adverts. But there's loads of them where it says how to save money on your heating bills. Not like will help you, but like just telling you to close your curtains and draw your curtains and turn your heating down. Turn your boiler heat flow down. I'm like, well, if you hadn't removed the energy cap, we wouldn't be freezing to death. So, and then you're telling us to save money by turning things off. So, anyway, so you know, I've noticed actually though it's quite fashionable these days to craft in your woolly jumper, in your thickest. I watched somebody the other day. I can't remember who it was, but they looked like they were wearing a duvet. So it's obviously fashionable to do your crafting now, whilst looking like you're freezing to death. So, so I'm in with the in crowd. So although that's never happened, me in with the in crowd. So sorry, just having issues clearing my throat at the moment. Just tear that out. I was trying to do a rough tear on that. I did do a very rough tear on that, didn't I? Looks inky dinky round here. I might just put a swish of this over the top, just because it's a little bit too new looking. Where shall I stick that? Do we want to have that in the corner? No, because we don't want it to go on here, do we? Want it in this corner maybe? Yeah, let's squash it in this corner. Now you're all thinking, oh, that was lovely, and you've just squashed that in that corner. Yeah, well, you know, it's the way of the water. That's what it was called, I think. It's just come to me, the Avatar movie. I couldn't remember what it was called. I think it's called The Way of the Water. That just came to me while I was doing that. I don't know why now. Because it's the way. Is that what I said? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, let alone what I said. So tonight, we had our New Year's Day was because remember Vic was working on New Year's Day, so our New Year's Day was on Monday the 2nd, and so like we had our New Year's Day together then. So I've got leftovers from that. That's what I'm eating tonight. Leftovers from that. So we had roast lamb with vegetables and gravy and what else did we have? Vegetables, gravy. We had carrots and what did we have? Carrots. Vic did cabbage with the thing. Yeah, cabbage with the stuff. Yeah, that's the one, Dave. Cabbage and bacon. That's what he did. Because he's not a lover of vegetables, but like if you put some bacon with it, he eats some. So well, it worked. So he did that. That was his contribution to it. So we had cabbage and bacon, we had carrots, we had, I don't know what I've done there. One of them is the right one. Is that the right one? It'll do. Don't care, as long as it goes in there. We had crackers to pull, so like, you know, the snap when you pull them, and they've got a joke and a gift inside, and a hat to wear, and so we did all of the stuff that you do on New Year's Day. And then we played some games, and we played we played the logos quiz, which I hate to tell people this. I don't hate to tell people this at all. But I won. I don't win any games, and I won it. I'm really chuffed I'm good at logos. That's all I can say. Is I've been exposed to so much commercialization in my life that I know what I can tell what logos are. I really enjoyed it though. I mean, like obviously that's the thing to say, isn't it? When you've when you've won. Afterwards, it's very good to say, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it because I won. But I realised that the game. I mean, like I've had the game for a long time. You know, I didn't realise how out of date it was, but it kept referring to things in 2008. So I think I might need a more modern, up-to-date version of it. About time I bought myself some. I mean, like you don't need any. You just need the questions updating. You don't need to update the whole thing. So I think you could probably buy additional questions and stuff. So put a bit of this in. Just tear a bit off. I don't want that much. Maybe that bit on there might make it a little bit more grungy looking. Oh, wait, I can't ink the edges on this, or can I? I can't pick it up. No, it's not really working as inking the edges, but hey, he continued to try. He is a trier. So, yeah, played games. Because on Christmas Day, I don't know whether we told you, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, sorry, we played Cluedo. We played Cards Against Humanity as well. Which, you know, you can only play with certain people in your life. You know, and you have to suspend all morals and, you know, all of that. Yeah, you have to kind of like just say, well, you know, we're playing a game and, you know, we're not going to take it too seriously and we're not going to, you know, hold this information against these people in the future. I haven't used any of this. Just a bit of this, I guess. Where have I got to do? Oh no! I thought I'd kind of done the majority of it. There's a few bits on the side that need doing, but I might tear that bit off. I don't want it too much of a straight line. All right, I'll tear it all off, Dave. So yeah, sorry, my mind, this is how my mind works. It goes all over the place and then it comes back and then you can't remember what it was going to say. So yeah, I've got the leftovers from our New Year's Day. So it's not as long ago as most people. Well, it's still 3 days. So it's about time it got eaten, I guess. That's going to go in there. That's going to come over here. And we need a bit more. What else? A bit more. Maybe I might have another one of these. Just because I can and because I pulled it off terribly, which looks great. Like I say, I'm going to finish this. Pull that bit off. I'm going to finish the decoration of this and then we'll call it a day. Well, for you, we'll call it a day. For me, I will continue. So, where else do I want? So, do I want that bit there? Let's do that bit there. That over there. Oh, no, don't want all of you to come over. Come on, behave. Are we just going to be like this today, are we? Are we? No, we're not. Because I'm in charge, all right. Well, with me in charge, anything's possible. It's all going to go peak tongue, isn't it? I'll put that over there, maybe. Yeah, let's ink the edges of that. So, like I say, good to have my voice back. Good to be able to talk without feeling like I need to cough all the time. And hopefully I'm not going to be one of the people that needs antibiotics to kind of get rid of it. And I will say it has been particularly horrible in a particularly nasty bout of it. And once I'm feeling better, I'm going to have my booster now. I know that I probably won't need to have it because I will be naturally immune now. Well, I'll have a bigger natural immunity to it, but I'm still gonna get the booster done at some point. I don't want it again. There's a few people I know at work that have had it again. They had it before Christmas and then had it again recently, and that's not, I don't want that to happen. Seriously do not want to have it again. Vic's been feeling a bit unwell for the last couple of days. Started to go downhill yesterday. So I'm hoping it's not that for him, although he's a young man, so it'll be alright. He'll be alright. It's the old cottages like myself that have to worry. My mum thinks that she's had it recently as well. So, and she's at 89, so she's a youngster compared to me. Because it apparently goes backwards. Oh, I really fancy watching something. Sorry, it just came into my mind. Nothing to do with going backwards or anything like that. I actually really want to watch Passengers. It's one of my favourite films. And I just really want to watch it. So it just jumped into my head, and I thought, well, if I say it out loud, I'm more likely to remember that that's what I want to do. When I go and sit downstairs later, I'll be like, oh, I wanted to watch a film, and I can't remember what it is. But hopefully more likely to remember it. I was hoping that would go in there. I'm not going to keep those little bits. I've done enough of that in my lifetime, keeping little bits of shush with the pinging, the very needy attention-seeking pinging that you're doing. I fancy watching Hollywood again as well. That was the series on Netflix that I watched during lockdown. I really enjoyed that. So took me a while to get into it, but I did enjoy it in the end. So I might fancy. No, that's not glue, Dave. That's water. Might watch that again. Where am I putting that? There. Sorry, I know that I've got my head in the way, but these things have to happen for me to be able to make these things. It's my box, my head, my way. I did it my way. Oh, actually, I just found somewhere I could have put that. There's a little bit in that corner there where the pansy didn't quite cover it. So we'll cover it with this. Stick it over the top of the pansy. Well, not the pansy, but the corner that it didn't cover. So. Oh, that's not going to be easy. Let's do a snip of that in there. That way then it should fold over easier. While still covering the corner. Let's get my gluey bone folder. This is not the best bone folder. This is my gluey one. The one I feel safe to glue with. Right, okay, where else do I need? I need a bit of something here. No, maybe this. Said not that. A bit of that there, that'll do. I love collaging, as you know. Those people that have watched for any length of time, I know Christina will definitely know that I like to collage. She thinks I am the king of collaging, so I do like a collage. I find it very therapeutic, if I could speak. Look at me with my chocolate, by the way. I brought some chocolate up and I thought, well, I could have that while I'm making, but you know me, I can't shut up speaking long enough to actually put one of them in my mouth. I need another bit there. I've just realised that's got a bit missing as well. So maybe I could put a bit of that there. Actually, that would be a good thing to stick over that paper. Not paper, that fabric. Let's put some of this on it. Before I stick it down. I'm not going to even bother trying to do the edges of it this time. Just going to go in with the glue. So Brian's on leave at the moment as well, so we might go somewhere tomorrow. He's definitely coming over tomorrow for something specific, and I cannot remember what that specific thing is. Something. There's definitely something. And that's all I can give you at this moment in time. It'll come to me. Obviously, I'll have finished the video by then. What's that? Oh, it's still that one bit there. That wombat there. I need to cover the wombat. What that is stuck. There's a bit of washi tape stuck over the top of there. Take that off. Yeah, let's stick that there. Yeah, Brian came round yesterday and we ate together. It was like he came to help with the decorations, and then we ate together. Oh, we had cabbage stew, cabbage soup, sorry, Hungarian style. So it's got frankfurters in it as well. That's one of my favourites that Vic makes. Brian had never had it before. He loved it too. So we had that. So we ate together yesterday. There's a bit there. I don't know whether that's got anything on it. No, it hasn't. What else can I use? Yeah, so he came over and we had food together then. So, no, can't use that. Tiny bit of map, maybe. Yeah, that'll go there. That's fine. Sorry, just knocking back the colour. It was very bright blue, so I wanted it less bright. It actually it's a bit like Australia kind of shape. Oh no, don't quote me. Those people in Australia are now going, no, Dave, it looks nothing like Australia. Don't even start. The shape of it, I meant, not the actual thing on it. But it still doesn't. So I'm gonna cover my tracks and just carry on, as though I wasn't even speaking. Just ignore me. I wasn't here. I wasn't speaking. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, we established that many years ago. There's a bit there as well. I've noticed that it doesn't have anything on, so I'll cover that with a bit of map. I haven't used any map. Well, I haven't used a lot of map. So I just don't want to stick the same things over and over again. But I've left the Sleeping Beauty thing in as a feature. Over there. Maybe stick it a little bit more like that, and then stick that over there. Cool. Like I say, don't know what I'm going to do on this bit. I think I'm going to leave this bit clear, but I've now done that. Oh, I need to do the lid, so maybe in the next video that's what I do, is I do the lid. But there we go. So that is that. And those go back in there. And remember, we like to do a bit of a tidy up before we finish. I'll put that back in that bag that's downstairs. No, down under there. Okay, mind your fingers. Move these things out of the way. So, what we have done in this video is we have talked about Christmas. We have talked about New Year. We have continued on with our little project. Dave has got rid of lots of tiny bits of paper that he would normally have kept hold of because he's trying to be a good boy. So, we can go over there. So I thought about, this is the other thing I thought about, is using these. These are mirrors, I believe. They've got that coating on, you know, the plastic coating. To kind of keep them mirror-like, although to keep them invisible. You can't get the damn thing off. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. I might put some of these on the front. Or one of these, or something like that. Just to make it interesting, because it's not mirror. It's not real mirror. But you can put... Now you can see what's going on up there. And you can see me. So... yeah. So now you can see how all the spots I've got on my face. So yeah, I thought about maybe putting something like that on the outside and maybe decoupaging round that. Oh, I could do that in the next bit. Maybe have that on there and have some decoupage over the top of it to hold it down. Well, anyway, that's maybe in the next video. So that's where we are. That's what we've done. That's who we are, how we are, where we are. Who are you? So we've made this inside. That's our little bit of decoupage, and we will move on. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for joining me. Remember, my name is Dasher Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. Thank you all so much to everybody that's supported me, and again to those people who haven't already seen or heard, a happy new year to you. And I hope that 2023 brings you nothing but kindness, love, and happiness, and lots of craft-related products, obviously. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending some time with me while I did some collaging. And I will see you all in the next video. You all take care, folks. Lots of kisses, lots of hugs, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.